Yeah, no, I am certainly to be here at one of the homes of footy, of Queensland footy, being Coorparoo Football Club at Giffen Park here today. Beautiful conditions. Who loves a grand final, Riley?
I think everyone does, Jack, and we're set for a cracking contest. We've got two sides. They played off in a very exciting qualifying final a couple of weeks ago, and I hope we get a replica of that game today. We are just about set. It's 19 degrees. Umpire has the ball in the air, and we are underway in this COLTS grand final. Will Jones getting the first hit out. Coming back out to a teammate in a sweeper, sends a kick up to the wing. For a Maroochydore player to gather, get on his left foot. Nice work there by Tyler Whitley up the half forward, but turnover, and Palm Beach have the first chance to compose today.
Deep in defence, just off the half-back, looking down the line. He drives the ball long. Pack set themselves over the top, spills. Maroochydore get there first, a nice handball out wide, and goes in nice and short and takes a mark out on the outer wing. Looking inboard, plays on quickly, skews it, but it's cut off, and a nice mark taken by Palm Beach again, and they'll reset on the half-back line. So
Jet Rowe with the ball, pauses to consider his options and goes long with his left foot back down the line. Nearly a nice pack mark over the top. Ball at ground level now. Maroochydore swinging around on the left foot. Sam Patter, kick up the centre wing. Big fly, no mark. Follows up with a good second effort. We're going to have our first boundary throw in for the day.
So already a key matchup already that's been identified is Carter Pinter there from Maroochydore. He's effectively playing that loose man across sort of half back, and he's interchanging with another one of his teammates, but he's going to be floating around the middle of the ground on the wing.
Ball tapped over the top. Here's a chance now in the middle of the ground. Can't get a clean possession. Umpire says play on. A bit of a pack forms and just a strong tackle. Umpire says I'll have. And of course we look at our umpires today, and we've got our field umpires Hayden Taylor, William Kennedy and Zane Pendlebury. Our boundaries are Jack Boyce and Austin Gillett and Jack Williams and Campbell Show doing our goal umpires. Back through the middle. Here's a chance now for Palm Beach, swooping on the ball. He's going to be the first inside 50. They drive the ball. It's a nice little kick, and he's found one nice and short. And here's a chance for Palm Beach to kick there first.
There was a good run there through the middle there from Palm Beach, Currumbin, and just elected to go that shallow inside 50, finding his teammate on the lead. There was no space in front of him from 30 to 50 metres out from goal. Had plenty of opportunity to find a target.
I think that inside 50 came from Nelson Bakeoff Smart. He'd be very happy with his first touch of the day, and he's passed the ball off there. I think it's here, Mitch Beaufoy. Yeah,
Mitch Beaufoy coming in to kick the first for Palm Beach in front of a big Palmy Army crowd as he drives the ball long, and it just skews off to the right and through for one behind.
First score of the day. Sam Barbuzzo with kicking duties here for the Roos. Fantastic to see both sides have got their seniors and reserves players here in attendance as Barbudo runs his distance. Nice long kick out of defence. Maroochydore with the crumb, sends a torpedo up in their forward half of the ground. William Ashley can't take it cleanly, goes out of bounds. Have another stoppage on that far wing. Early stages this grand final, Palm Beach leading by a solitary point.
Maroochydore have got a lot of players as well from the Brisbane Lions Academy participating in this team. I think they've got about 6 guys that have played Academies footy this year. Palm Beach Currumbin have played 2. So both teams have got lots of quality talent still in the eyes of the AFL recruiters.
Ball spills over the back. Here's a chance now to gain the clearance away for Palm Beach. They just dump the ball in forward. Now rolls inside forward 50. We've got a one-on-one contest. Nice strong tackle, but they keep the ball free. There's a player over the top if he wants, but he goes inboard, gets on the left foot, shoots around the corner, and that's the first for the day, and he's up and about. Great goal. Beautifully kicked there by young Nelson Big-Of Smart, and the Lions are up and about.
We talk about players who have had academy experience this year. Nelson has played under 17s futures footy this year for the Gold Coast Academy. Played 5 games this year and kicked 1 goal in that space. He's kicked 14 and 6 at COLTS level. That is a clear example of what the talent that we have in this team from him being able to contribute with a beautiful left foot.
He's had 2 kicks early and both have been very effective. It was brilliant composure to not rush his kick there, Jack. Sometimes, especially in grand finals, early sides can rush their disposals. But for Bakeoff Smart, just a steady snap home truly. Be thrilled with his start, you would think. Jones with the hit out. Players from both sides scrapping over it. No clear disposal yet. I think we're set for a stoppage, and we are.
Nice and tight in the middle of the ground. Beautiful conditions here at Giffen Park in Brisbane. Nice tap over the top. Head over the ball, inside midfielder. just can't get released. And there's a nice strong tackle there by the Palm Beach. Throwing the ball up again. Nice tap over the back. That's a good hit out there by Jones. Clever ruck work. Ball scampers along the ground. Nice blind man's turn. He's grabbed and ragdoll on the ground, but it's going to be taken away. He's under pressure and it's a good tackle. The forward pressure, fantastic, Riley. And Maroochydore are going to get the kick a centre half forward.
Yeah, their first chance today, Jack. Ashley just pokes one inside forward to a leading target. Ooh, can't take the mark there. Follows up. Stripped of the ball, knocked out. Lycos Master around it again. Had a great start to this grand final. Ball spills out the back. Maroochydore get to it. Clean hands. Plenty of numbers around this footy, and Palm Beach will clear. Out to an out number though. Drops a chest mark. And I think we might be set for a stoppage. Another strong tackle. It's been a hot start to this game so far, Jack.
Yeah, and you've seen a fair bit of footy this year, and young McDonald is a player to watch. Number 20 as he goes, just dropped that mark there before, but he's certainly a player to watch. Played a bit of VFL this year. Dumped down the line, big kick. Pack set himself. No one can take the mark. It's going to spill free, and he takes the game on. He's tackled. Good forward pressure there by Palm Beach. They'll spread the ball out wide. Good handball out there by Pinder, and they'll go down the line and take a nice little mark on the outer wing. Plenty of options in the middle of the ground. They'll go in short. It'll be a turnover though, and it's cut off by Palm Beach in the middle of the ground.
No options to go long with by foot, so he gives a hand pass to a runner who has a bounce and then steadies on his left. Sends it out here, broadcast side of the flank. Kick hits the ground, ball hits the ground. No, umpires paid a mark. I think it's gone to their co-captain Luke Cahill.
He's in perfect position there, the umpire.
He's about 60 metres out from goal. He's got a lead to the pocket, but elects to go long, run around, send it to the top of the goal square. Defenders on the line, punch it through. Another behind a Palm Beach.
Not hard to see already why Luke Cahill is one of the premier players in this Palm Beach Currumbin lineup. He leads well and he's got that thumping right foot kick that can see him kick anywhere from 55 to 60 metres out.
Lovely play there by Palm Beach to bring it over on the fat side. They'll go in short here. Maroochydore does a nice little kick and they'll take the ball in front of the big crowd that's already building up already in this big grand final day in the Colts. Maroochydore drive the ball long. Pack set themselves. Up they go. In front position. There's a lovely strong mark there to Jensen.
And he's just come onto the ground too. Runs straight into that spot.
Jensen drives the ball long. Numbers are going to suit Palm Beach at the back, and it's a good solid mark and well taken there by Clark.
Inboard straight away on a 45 kick. It's risky. Hunter James from Maroochydore can't affect a spoil. Play on here. Thomas Grimster goes out wide to a teammate with his foot. Good composure. I think it's the goal kicker by Smart. He wastes no time to a teammate now. Palm Beach 55 out from goal. Gets to 50. Kicks very high to the hot spot. Maroochydore should be able to mop up with their numbers, and they do.
We're already going to see that he's going to be that target. Just try to play that loose man in defence there, Nathan Jensen.
They've just got to be careful here, the Roos. They don't have a lot of numbers around the ball. Palm Beach do well to force stoppage after stoppage here. Taking the ground in a tackle, so Palm Beach will be very happy with that. Going to have a boundary throw-in, and the Palm Beach spectators too, Jack. They seem very pleased.
And Maroochydore, I think they only had one inside 50 for the game in comparison to probably 7 or 8 here from Palm Beach Currumbin, who are starting to build up this ball across half forward to pump the ball back in should have come out.
The throw in, punched over the top, danger spot. Well done there by Maroochydore. They'll clear the ball out, a handball over the top. Net on the left foot, a kick around the corner there by Ferguson. And it's through for one behind. Looks like early, Riley, that Palm Beach really happy to run hard and spread and get some space, and they're actually honouring those kicks by kicking it out wide.
Yes, and I think they're setting up behind the ball well too, Jack. I think, as Yendi mentioned, that Maroochydore have only had one inside 50 so far, and they're just breaking down across the wing and half forward in terms of options. Barbuto had plenty of it early, kicks long to the outer flank, finds a teammate who takes a strong mark at half back. Runs around, plays on, goes to a leading forward. Nice mark. I think that might be Kobe Cook. Pokes one in board quickly to Bailey Hahn.
Sam Patter's just come on the ground. He's aligned at half forward for Maroochydore.
Hahn inside forward 50. Palm Beach in front, and good intercept mark taken. He just pops it short to a teammate on half back.
Palm Beach will go down the line. They're actually spreading the game well, honouring the leads. They'll go back inboard now. Nice little kick. Good mark, well taken there. That looks like it's Boga Smith. Handball over the top. The quick move, moves back on the side, gets onto the left foot now, drives towards centre half forward. in the front spot is Maroochydore. That's good play, keeping the ball alive. His teammates there to help. It's a 3-on-1, but now we try and soccer the ball off the rail. Now here's a chance. There's a race for the boundary line. Got to go here. No place to hide. Handball in by. No, he decides to kick it inside. Play on's the call. Not 15. He's under pressure. Gets the left foot kick down the line. And it's a good mark in front. Well done, Palm Beach. Good mark.
Damon Clark with the intercept mark. Just tells his teammates to steady it.
But we just see Jensen just standing alone there at centre-half back there for Maroochydore, so it's forcing him to switch the ball across the outer side and try and catch him in a mismatch.
Clark's kick into the middle of the ground is good. Finding Hugh Munro. Everything in front of him.
And Jensen is causing a lot of headaches with Palm Beach trying to push forward. He is standing alone 45 out, and he's the tallest player on the ground.
Munro was forced to go short to Grimster. Plays on, sends a kick up the half forward, 1-on-1. Palm Beach do well to get to front position, ball at ground level. Oh, an errant hand pass from the Roos. Palm Beach can't capitalise. Pick up and grab the hand pass, and eventually Maroochydore find a teammate forward. Chance to slow down and compose.
I'm just trying to find where Palm Beach have got that loose man, whether they're putting him in the midfield to try and win more of the ball.
Long kick up the half forward. Maroochydore rare mark in their forward half of the ground.
1-on-1 inside 50 now.
Eventually heads in that direction, but Palm Beach have got a spare 2 players here. I don't think it's going to matter. No, mark.
And
well taken.
And that was the target they were looking for as well, Maroochydore. That 1-on-1 was there. It eventually became a 2-on-1. So to take that contested mark against 2 opposition defenders in that amount of space was the kick had to be perfect, and it was.
So Kobe Young's going to have the chance for Maroochydore to kick their first goal of the game against the run of play, Jack.
Yeah, no, it's a good work. Again, he got the front spot. Now we get their first shot on goal.
Multiple changes for both sides now, so some fresh legs.
So Young from directly in front of goal, 40 metres out. And his kick goes left. Maroochydore on the board, they trail. Nearly 12 minutes into this opening quarter, 9-1.
Kobe Young has had no trouble finding the sticks this year. He's kicked 32 of them and played some academy footy for the Brisbane Lions.
Palm Beach deep in their defensive line. They kicked long, clears the outside for 50. Oh, the big leap from behind. He couldn't take it. The umpire says you shepherded him out. Free kick. And it'll be a kick there to, looks like, is that McDonald?
Yes.
Big McDonald right in front of the beautifully crafted logo. McDonald, big kick into space. Packs themselves. There's a hand on the shoulder, I think, and it'll be a free kick to Maroochydore. Wow, here's a chance for their second shot.
I think it's Young again. Had a 4-on-1 or 4 opponents hanging off him and blocking his space and able to cause enough concerns for the defender to earn a free kick.
And that's the second time in the last 60 seconds where he has had to take on multiple defenders and beaten them. Taking the mark the first time, drawing the free kick the next time.
Palm Beach have got about 3 or 4 players just sitting front and centre here, so if it doesn't make the distance, they were hoping to get a nice clearance kick out. Young for his second shot on goal this afternoon, approaching the 13-minute mark of the first term. COLTS Grand Final, QAFL. He comes in. He's going to go across the face of goal. The Packs set themselves the high flyers. Have we got a mark in the goal square? We have. It's a big grab, and this looks a lot more promising for the Roos. And it's a great mark taken there by Jaden Banks. He'll line up for his first.
Well, he's kicked 17 of them this year.
Banks to put the Roos first in. He doesn't miss, and they all get around him. And Maroochydore kick their first for the afternoon. 1-1-7, trailing Palm Beach 1-3-9 at the 13.5-minute mark, first term. Riley.
Just felt like the last 2 or 3 minutes, Maroochydore have got a bit more territory going forward. Repeat entries, and in the end, a really nice mark there from Jaden Banks. It was a lovely leap at the footy. And for all their extra numbers at the contest, I think that you mentioned, Jack, Palm Beach unable to get a spoil in.
Yeah, I think coaches will be disappointed that it wasn't put away just nice and strong in that goal square to put the big fist through it. But yeah, well, it's nice and tight.
I've already seen a couple of inside 50s for Maroochydore. They've gone for that same target. So that's 2 of the 3 times they've gone forward. They've gone for the young superstar there, and they've been able to get 2 scores out of it. So they might need to just shake it up just a little bit and be a little bit more diverse.
Jones grabbed the ball, but it was knocked out in the tackle. I've seen him play a couple of QAFL games for Maroochydore, and he competes very well against the men. you know, as someone who's still eligible for Colts, Jones, and he's had a good start here. He's trying to get his own clearance, tapped it 5 times, couldn't get it. So Palm Beach take it and go away forward, one-on-one. Does well to beat his opponent, then step inboard, give a hand pass to a running teammate, in on goal, has a shot, check side. And he puts it right. Just a minor score. I think that's
Cameron Brown. The old right foot check side. They're looking for the quick reply, Palm Beach Currumbin. They've done well on the restart from the goal.
Roos attacked the outer wing again. Up they go, and it's a nice mark. No, play on's a call, couldn't hold it, punched away. And the umpire says, throw it in, thank you. So, as we said, beautiful conditions here. Already a really good crowd for the grand final.
Do you think both sides are settled now, Jack? We've played 15 minutes of the grand final, always very nervous the first 10 to 15.
Palm Beach look like they don't want to kick the ball down the line. They look like they want to spread it and open it up and not be predictable going inside 50. Quick kick off out of the pack. Through the middle of the ground. Numbers are suiting the Roos if they can get the ball out, but Palm Beach looking to tie it up. A strong tackle, and it'll be a ball up.
Not sure if we can see off screen, but Yendi, you were talking about where Palm Beach are finding their spare. They had that one there about 20 metres off that contest.
Yep, that's probably around sort of centre half back now, so both teams are doing that, although Maroochydore don't have that loose man of defence at present.
It's a one-on-one contest. Palm Beach going to get their hand, will they look to handball the ball out? He's under pressure, he's tackled high, and umpire says, yes, you were. So free kick to Palm Beach, a centre half forward, and they're going to look to go inside the forward 50 again. Good little play there.
Trying to make the most of the dew as well. It's still a little bit slippy around that sort of centre half forward and middle of the ground.
The left footer goes for the daisy cutter, but it's chopped off, standing in the hole. Great play by the Roos, and they'll just kick the ball out wide. Just misses his target over the line and out of bounds.
This is what I don't mind from Maroochydore. As much as they're trying to clear the ball from defence, they're looking for players who are coming just off the bench. So Faulkner had sprinted off the bench and went into that space that Palm Beach Currumbin, they just need to be more conscious of what's happening here on the wing with players coming onto the ground.
It's a boundary throw in, Jones front position, grabs the ball out of the rut, kicks it 40 metres up to centre wing, nice and high. Chance to leap, had a good mark taken. I think that might be Ty Gallop. It is. Inboard with the kick, waited very nicely. His teammate into Dakota Boltong. Inside forward 50, I think he's looking for Young, puts the ball out his path. Gets out the back, he had to double back. Went without it. Palm Beach hand pass over the top. 2 hand passes, now they've cleared their defensive 50. Come inboard. Kick went over the top of its intended target, but found a teammate still. He goes inboard quickly as well now. Jasper Williams takes the mark. Just waits a kick in the path of his full forward leading out. He can run and jump, and it's just spoiled out of his hands at the last minute. Gets a kick away to the hot spot. Front position, Palm Beach at the ground level. Comes goals. That's a quality finish, very opportunistic. I think that's Bykoff smart again. He's got 2. He's having a cracking start to this grand final, Jack.
And he's kicked a goal on his left, he's kicked a goal on his right, but both of them have been from crumbing opportunities. And sometimes you've said on numerous occasions that they're trying to mix it up when they go forward. The chaos ball inside that forward 50 is not a bad thing when you've got a player of his calibre who can read the ball offhand so well. Oh,
he done really well. He just treaded water. He didn't run too hard. He waited for the fall of the ball, and then he just used his leg speed. Clean hands. Great goal. Palm Beach 2-4-16, leading Maroochydore 1-1-7. We've played 18 minutes in this QAFL Colts Grand Final.
We've got Jet Rowe looking to come on the ground here for Palm Beach Currumbin, looking to get his first taste of Grand Final action today. Umpires call the shepherd out, so it'll be a free kick in the middle of the ground going to Maroochydore. Now, what have they got going forward? Looking for the next one. He drives the ball long. Palm Beach in the front spot, and it's a lovely mark there. I think, and they'll clear the ball out wide. Doesn't quite get the purchase on it that he wants. Taking the game on, good players. He's going to handball quickly. The numbers, great work there by Maroochydore. Here's a chance for McDonald. McDonald just skews the ball inside forward 50, puts him under a lot of pressure. That suits him on the right foot. Kick around the corner, rolling through. What a goal! Ty Gallop. The Roos kick their second for the day. Now that's worked out really well for them there. We talk about how Palm Beach Currumbin got their goal, the goal just before. Sometimes a chaos ball inside that forward 50. That's the first time they've sort of gone inside 50. I know McDonald, who was caught in a little bit of a tough spot there, trying to skew the ball inside 50. But there was a big pack there, and Gallop just found himself on the end of it. He wasn't the intended target. He was able to make the most of it there. And he's had a lot of experience as well playing senior footy because he's played Maroochydore, played at Wilston Grange. I think he was a Rising Star nominee for Wilston Grange last year under Brent Maloney. So to be able to come up to Maroochydore and build his craft, beautiful.
So Jensen and Day in the ruck. Palm Beach gather the ball and get the clearance. The kick goes 20 metres, not to the advantage of their teammate. But they do well to gather at ground level. Gets in, goes and runs around on his left foot. Sends it to the top of the goal square. Does really well there, the Palm Beach player. The crowd, or the Palm Beach spectators want a free kick. They're not going to get it. Caleb Sylvia rebounds nicely. Finds a teammate. I think that might be Tyler Whiteley. Wastes no time moving it up to centre wing. His teammate goes to ground, can't take the mark. Palm Beach have a chance to force a turnover. Players from both sides around the footy here. And that is quarter time here at Giffen Park in this QAFL COLTS Grand Final. We have the Palm Beach Currumbin Lions leading the Maroochydore Roos 2-4-16, 2-1-13. Jack, a great first quarter.
Yeah, fantastic first quarter. End of the day, looks like it's a pretty even first start. So both coaches will see some areas they can straighten up and each team can get a bit of a read on how the game's going. But well done, both teams.
Well, it is hot conditions over here at Currumbin. We appreciate your company wherever you may be watching. And thanks to our man Joel here on the camera bringing you all the action. Thanks for your company. Stick around. We've got the second quarter coming up after this. I've got all three red. Yep. Mine was on red before, and I was like, oh well, doesn't matter. Happy days. When Riley came up, I was like, oh, I couldn't see it in the shade. I was like, oh, maybe my headset was just a little. Doesn't matter. How are you finding it?
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Good game so far, I think.
Have you got all three today?
Yeah, I'll be up here all day, pretty much.
We needed to get you an umbrella.
I know, I was thinking about it. I got a hat, which kind of helps. I got a hat, that's all I need.
you need a hat with the umbrella on top.
Yeah, get the... I mean, I was going to pull that umbrella over at some point.
Oh, if only we could just wedge it in the middle somehow.
Just set it up somewhere. Enough tape and zip ties.
Oh, last year you would have loved it. We had this big scaffold with I think 2 marquees attached, but it was sort of like how it sort of goes over on the side. It was super humid that day. The mics are up here. How you guys feeling? Yeah. Yeah. That sounded nice and smooth, and that sort of gives you an idea from a special.
Excuse me, are you guys timekeepers as well? Oh, whereabouts are they? Like, was that a dead set 20-minute quarter, like 17 in time on, or did they just do 20 minutes? Is it? Hang on, say it was 17 time on.
Good morning and welcome back here to Giffen Park. It is quarter time of the grand final. Palm Beach Currumbin 2-4-16 leading Maroochydore 2-1-13. Gentlemen, who have been some of your better players from that quarter?
I think for Maroochydore, Yendi, we were just talking about Sam Barbuto, our cross half-back. He's had a lot of the ball and they obviously trust him to provide the best option coming out. And then Will Jones in the ruck, I think, won a lot of hit-outs.
Yeah.
Perhaps, Jack, the only thing is I don't think they're capitalising on that hit-out dominance.
No, he's quite clever with his ruck craft, isn't he? A few tap-outs at back, so he's good by hand, and as you said, they've got to try and read that a little bit better, but he's doing well. And of course, the young bloke, Nelson Smart, is lighting it up on the forward line. Looks really dangerous when the ball hits the deck there, and he's capitalised twice with 2 goals.
Well, he's had to make up for the absence of Jack Stringer. I think it's him that's got the knee and the brace, and he's been an outstanding footballer this year, and unfortunate for him, I think he went down an injury in the last game, so he's the big omission from this team, but he is that goal sneak that Palm Beach have relied on so much, and so to have Smart play that role and play it so well, that's it's almost a like for like in that situation there, and good work by the coaching staff to identify that solution.
We're just waiting for the last number of spectators to get off the ground. Maroochydore brought a fair contingent today, as have Palm Beach.
Well, the Sunshine Coast and the Gold Coast have converged in the central area, neutral territory here in Brisbane.
And the ground staff have done a fantastic job here at Giffen Park, Jack.
Oh, look at the ground. They really have brought it back to life. You know, it's been a big, heavy season. Lots of players, lots of games on this oval, but it's done well. Up we go in the ruck, and it's a tap out. Palm Beach get their first hand through Walker, and he's just trying to keep the ball alive. Punched off the, is this bit of volleyball in the middle of the ground. The big Jones is in there. And he wraps it up there, and he'll cause another stoppage.
I just wonder with the Maroochydore whether they might even sort of keep Jones and Jensen on the ground at the same time. I know they've got Jensen off the ground at the moment, but 2 big imposing figures causing trouble for Palm Beach Currumbin.
Nice little tap there by Jones. Once again, a quick left foot forward. No one can click the ball up in front plays. That's good play. Great play there by Gallup as he kicks the ball high on the handsome over the top. I think it might have hit the point post and out of bounds. Well, the umpire's found something, and it's a free kick in the forward pocket, and it looks like that's going to go to Kobe Young.
And he moves it very quickly to Bailey Hahn. Wastes no time. So it gives his team to have a shot on goal. Free kick was for a hold. Young just had prime position there. This defender lost sight of him, lost touch.
That's 4 times they've gone to him now inside 50 to start this contest. And this is 3 or 4 times where he's able to cause a score.
So Hahn on a 45-degree angle, 30 metres out. Hits his kick hard, but to the right. Opening score of the second quarter, minor to Maroochydore.
Just shows you how quick you've got to switch on. A free kick in that forward pocket there, and then a loose player straight away. So as soon as you haven't got the ball, you've got to try and switch on and pick up a man. Kick down the line, up they go. Oh, McDonald over the top with a big fist. Handball inboard. Palm Beach, ball bouncing. They'll clear the ball. Nice little kick away. Done there by Big Off Smarts. He pushes in defence, and it's a nice play. Good mark to Palm Beach on the half-back flank. Goes through the middle of the ground. Here's a chance. Lets the ball bounce. Feeds it across. Their ability to be able to link today has been really good. They've held their width, and they're going to cash in. Good handball. Good pressure by Maroochydore as they work their way back down in defence. But Palm Beach going to get the ball. Yeah, you go.
Sorry, Jack. Had a shot on goal, but it was smothered. And the ball's trickling towards the boundary line. Maroochydore content to see it out of bounds. We were going for a handover there, and the hand pass was cut off.
That's right, we're intercepted ourselves.
It was hard for Palm Beach Currumbin to go inside that forward 50. They did have an option, I think that might have been in the form of Mitch Day, but McDonald was sort of standing that sort of 10 to 20 metres out from goal, blocking up that space for him to lead in, which caused the delay on that half-forward line there for the Lions.
Lovely throw-in from the boundary umpire. Jones, front position, taps it down to a teammate. Second possession was intercepted. Have this scrimmage. Palm Beach back nicely with a hand pass. Kick asks a lot of his full forward. Might get out in the back here. 2 metres out from the line. Picks it up. No, he can't. Rush through from behind. That was Mitchell Day. So Palm Beach have their first score for the quarter behind. The margins back to what it was at the first break. 4 points. Palm Beach.
Yeah, great play by Lester Sutherland. He just held his width at the back of the pack there and had a nice kick inside 50. But the ball's been kicked out onto the half-forward field area. No one can take the mark. Good pick up there by the Roos as they kick the ball high and handsome down the line. No one can take the mark. Again, scampering back. Good, solid tackle. Play on's the call. Here's a chance now for the Roos. They drive the ball looking for a one out. The pack set themselves. Keep punched away. Good defence. Ball goes over the line. Good one-on-one contest, Riley.
Very well done from Brock Johnston-Smith. In fact, I think he might have given a free kick away. No? Well, Young had the ball. And then he was going back for a shot on goal, and then he tossed it to the boundary umpire. So maybe he thought he was deserving of a free kick that wasn't forthcoming.
You wouldn't put it past him, though.
I can't blame any forward for trying to get a free kick when it's inside their forward 50. Clearance here goes to no one at ground level. Ashley had a couple of touches this second term. Followed up, got a hand pass away in the nick of time. So it's play on. Jones there doing the Currumbin. Just sends an old wobbler inside forward 50 to no one in particular, Palm Beach.
They'll look to switch it.
Rebound.
They'll look to switch it out towards this commentary side because they do have some leading options through the corridor.
Palm Beach with the overlap. Oh, didn't get enough on it. It's cut off, and it's a good mark there by Pinder, right on the central commentary wing. Pinder, eyes darting around, looking for an option.
They're going to look for Kobe Young again.
They drive it long. In front. Oh, he's taking a big one. No, hang on. A thief in the night.
Gallup's just, after he kicked that goal in the first term, he's really sprung to life in the last 15 minutes either side of quarter time.
He thought he was going to mark the Toyota, and he stole the keys off him.
Yeah,
Right.
four Palm Beach players are hanging off him, and he didn't jump for it, took the mark.
Just shows how good this kid is. He played under 17 futures this year against Victoria. Got to show off his great agility in front of the entire country.
Gallup, good size of a lad. Comes in. He kicks it high. It's going to push across again. Hang on a second. Yeah, punch through for a point. Palm Beach making sure this one goes over the line. So great defence. And that's through for a point. Maroochydore 2-14, trailing Palm Beach 2-5-17. We played 5 minutes in the second term.
He's come into the contest this quarter, well, Yendi, as you said, since he kicked that goal. And I also like in the game with William Ashley this quarter, we've seen Palm Beach just poking the ball around by a foot. And kick there to Jet Rowe.
And then Jones has come off the ground. Jensen's just standing low in the middle of the ground here from Maroochydore. So this is why we're seeing Palm Beach Currumbin just trying to shake things up a bit.
Got to be careful. He slipped as he went to play on, so Ashley got the tackle, then followed up. The ball was knocked out of his hands as it goes over the boundary line. They have to be better at locking or squeezing the ground up and not allowing Palm Beach to go through the corridor, Jack.
Yeah, and you're right. But both teams really tackling well. They're scampering well. If the ball's not there, they're working really hard to try and win that ball back. No easy ball out there today. Umpire throws the ball in. No one can get a nice tap over the top. I think Palm Beach won that one through, that might have been Williams. Here's a chance, but it's kicked down the line, and Maroochydore mark out on the wing position. Will they look to switch the ball in? Will they go down the line? He's got a couple of forwards to look to. He goes inside 50. The pack set themselves. Love watching this sort of youth football. They just launch at the ball. Kick off the ground. Numbers are going to suit Maroochydore. Kick forward, just jumps it forward in the goal square. He's got 2 to beat. And running in front, and he'll see the ball over the line. Good defensive work there by Palm Beach. He left his opponent and took the ball through for a point.
That's the 5th time that Maroochydore have gone inside the 450, and they've gone for Kobe Young.
So Palm Beach will clear. Long kick out of defence. Good mark taken there in the end by Mitchell Day. A chance to go forward. Haven't had a lot of it the last couple of minutes. Forward of centre. Or went back, got a hand to it. He's got a knee in the back from Palm Beach. Tackling pressure, as you mentioned, Jack's fierce. Put his head over it, won it. Then was able to run and have a look and kicks it up to half forward. There's Barbuto, tries to take the tackler on, wrapped up, holding the ball. Free kick going to Mitch Bufoy. Had the opening shot on goal in the game and missed. I think he's probably too far out from here to score. He goes wide to a teammate. Now on the other side of the forward line. Not a lot of movement in Palm Beach's forward 50. So he just puts one up at the top of the goal square. Players from both sides flying in, ball at ground level now. Where's Mike Smart? He's been around it. He's got a teammate there gathering cleanly, looking to get the fend off. Teammate shot on goal, smothered Maroochydore. Defensive pressure's been good. McDonald blind turns his way around the tackler, gives the hand pass to Babudo, puts it out in front of a teammate, asks a lot. Palm Beach got the numbers, thought he might have been taken high. Play on, ball at ground level again, goes and gets it, taken high, umpire doesn't see it, then gets a one-hand hand pass away somehow. Ball at ground level again, socket off the ground. Palm Beach were looking to get it to a teammate in advantage. Didn't work out. This scrap kick forward for Maroochydore might, and the ball ends up in the chest of Tyler Whitley.
Whitley just trying to scramble the ball forward. They're doing everything they can to get meterage. Kicks the ball, a left foot kick. Pack set themselves. No one can take the mark. Spills over the top. That's good play. Gallop handballs trying to keep the ball alive. He's going to get back in there and butter up. He puts his foot on the ground. They dive on top of the ball, trying to keep it alive. Good play by Palm Beach, just trying to clear the ball. But Gallop again, what an influence he's had this quarter. He just sits it over the top, racing towards the boundary line. Can they get the hands on the ball, or will they see it go over the top? No, good play, Palm Beach. Keep it alive. Good forward pressure. Umpire, he's gone. Great forward pressure there by the Roos, and they're going to get a shot on goal. Riley.
Jaden Banks, well done. Excellent pressure. Him and Hunter Moore working together. Once that ball went over the top of Moore's head, they chased and they've earned themselves a free kick and a shot on goal.
And we're seeing the interchange work busily over here. It is really hot conditions out there this morning.
And that forward entry was helped again by Ty Gallop, winning the ball at ground level. Been really important since halfway through the first quarter. Banks, shot on goal. The crowd like it, but the goal umpire doesn't. Another point to Maroochydore. We haven't had a goal yet. We've played the best part of 9.5 minutes in this second term. Margin is 2 points to the lead of Palm Beach.
Palm Beach will regroup. They'll just go in short. Nice little kick to find Johnson Smith. Right in front of the big Palmy Army. Big crowd have come up from the Gold Coast today to follow their team, and also from the Sunshine Coast to meet here in Brisbane today. Deep inside their defensive 50. Can they? Will they have to go down the line? They kick it long. Calling for the ball is Day. Over the top, big fist. Happy to see the ball go out of bounds, and it'll be just another reset.
Good defensive work there from Jasper Williams, going up unopposed to kill that ball towards the boundary line. And stoppage was probably ideal for them because Maroochydore did have +2 around this contest. Brad McDonald is peeling off as a loose man into the middle half of the ground here for the Roos.
Tap over the top. Good work there by Palm Beach. They're going to have to keep their head over the ball here. No place for the faint-hearted in front of the coaches' benches. Bit of feeling in there as the umpire comes in, and they're doing a great job, the umpires. This game's settled in, and we're seeing the best of both teams. Up they go. Nice tap over the top. Great play there by Maroochydore, and I think that was Jensen, was it? And there's but it's going to be a quick kick down the line, over the top, as they're both teams trying to scamper for the ball.
At ground level, Allen puts his head over it, won it. Got a hand pass out in the nick of time. Palm Beach with the ball up against the line. Hand passing board is Aaron. Pinned it here. Forced to go boundary side with this hand pass. Maroochydore play a hand pass to no one because his teammate laid the shepherd. Palm Beach picked the ball up and sent a torpedo up to half forward. Maroochydore front centre, or prime position to take the mark, doesn't. Ground level, now they've got numbers through the middle of the ground. McDonald needs to consider his options. Puts it out in the path of Hahn. Picks it up. He's going to send it long to half forward. I think the Banks, it's a one-on-one at the moment, but Palm Beach should have help get there first. They do, but they fumble the ball as they go to pick it up. Banks there, going at it. Gallop, I think, scraps a kick forward in the direction of a teammate. Might be more. Dishes a hand pass off from 15 metres out of the top of the goal square. Maroochydore are in front for the first time today. Courtesy, I think that might be Hudson Vivian, their captain, kicking a very important goal. Again, Jack, we saw forward pressure. They forced the ball forward, and in the end, a quality finish there from Vivian.
Yeah, great play there, as I said. And look, the ability to keep their feet under pressure, to keep the ball alive. A small window of an opportunity to shoot that, to kick that goal, and they've done really well.
And Hudson Vivian, this last couple of years, he's been a well-travelled player. He's been in the Sample Under-16s program, and within the last couple of years played some senior footy this year. That's his 8th goal for the season, and it's not hard to see why his experience of playing different levels of footy across the country come to fruition there. And he hasn't had too much of the ball today, but if that's an indication of his efficiency, then we know that he's going to have an influence the longer this game goes on.
With grand finals, it might not necessarily a day, but it can be a moment, and Vivian proved that true as Jones grabs the ball out of the ruck, wrapped up immediately. It's knocked out in the tackle. Umpire put the whistle to his mouth, but then decided to call play on. Palm Beach holds the ball to Maroochydore. We're going to have a ball up. It's been a war of attrition this second quarter. Maroochydore actually transitioning that ball through the corridor, which they haven't really done today. They've elected to use the wings. Maybe we're seeing a bit of a change as Hahn wins the clearance, sends it in first side forward 50, and Gallop is outmarked, I think, there by Walkerton.
Walkerton, nice little kick through the middle of the ground. Finds Johnson. Johnson goes in short. Nice little kick. Lester Sutherland on the wing. Looks inside. He's just going to have a nice little hit up. This is good build up by Palm Beach here. A nice kick forward. Lovely kick there by Foggo. Keeping the ball alive in defence. A snap around the corner. Ho-ho! Cahill, the skipper, puts his second through for the... No, his first, sorry, through for the day. Great goal.
And that's another chaos ball inside the forward 50, and it worked very well to come fruition. It was all set up there by Johnston here at centre-half back. He spent a lot of this game playing in the forward line, particularly in this quarter. So in order to get his hands on the ball, he decided to take matters into his own hands. And I just love his vision, the way he's able to see space open up ahead of him. And that led to Cahill front and square. A close goal for him. He's used to taking shots from 40 to 55 out.
So the captain's trading goals. We didn't have a goal for the first 11 and a half minutes of this quarter. All of a sudden, we've had 2 in 2 minutes. Jones wins the clear head out to a teammate, wrapped up straight away, so we're going to have a ball up. Palm Beach up by a point. Jones and Day going at it. Day following up with the clearance. Inside forward 50, bouncing along. There's Babudo, cuts it off, but his opponent gets it. Feeds a hand pass out to a teammate in space. Gathers, turns, was disposed of it incorrectly. Umpire didn't see it. Hand pass to a teammate, shot on goal! He's got it! That's 2 in a minute for Palm Beach. Mitch Bufoy, again, taking his moment opportunity. Jack Bull at ground level, lovely gather and snap.
He's just... I've been watching him today. He's a really, really classy ball user, and just easily just ease that ball across his body and put through Palm Beach's fourth. 4-5-29 Palm Beach, leading Maroochydore 3-4-22. We played 15-minute mark of the second term.
And that's the upside about when you have a goal kick. You're going to see a few more come very quickly on the back of the 6-6-6 setup there. So it doesn't give opportunities for teams to flood back in defence. You get a quick clearance and the forward line's just a little bit more open. Your big guns have a bit more space, and Bufoy playing that key role that he has. I want to give praise to Jet Rowe here for Palm Beach Currumbin. His influence in the midfield has been impressive.
Vivian wins the clearance and sends a check side to the top of the goal square inside forward 50. Intercept mark taken by Johnston Smith. Also want to call out with that goal, Yendi Charles Elliott. Forward pressure was really good. As Bykoff Smart will rebound up to Rowe, the man you just spoke about, Yendi. He wastes no time going a half forward to a teammate over the top. How does the ball bounce? Not very nice for him. He's forced to follow up in a 2-on-1. Lays a good tackle, ball knocked out. Maroochydore player had it, ducked into the tackle, player knocked out again. Palm Beach inside forward 50. Swings a kick high, 1-on-1. Pinder probably under at best. There's Cahill, kicked the goal a couple of minutes ago. Pops a hand pass over a teammate, off one step, snaps on goal, across the face, 1-on-1 still. Mark taken, no, that might have been Elliott against Babudo. And Babudo just gathers it and boots it out of defensive 50.
Beautiful kick. Here's a chance now if they can gather momentum and grab the footy, but Palm Beach is just putting their jets down. They seem to have momentum at the moment. They're working in numbers, supporting each other at the contest. A quick kick side inside 50. Jones is there in front position, trying to keep the ball alive. Tackle around the shoulders. Umpire says play on. Handball's off the bottom of the ground. Fumble of the ball. The pressure starting to mount on Maroochydore. Took their eyes off the ball. The ball goes out of bounds and over the line to be thrown in.
And we saw in that passage, Jack, that Kobe Young coming right up the ground, a half back here. He's been their target going forward, but I think I see Coach Jason McDonald's push Ty Gallop a little bit deeper with Hunter Moore, bringing Young up to the ground. He's actually at the front of this stoppage here, so not a bad way to get him into the game.
Yep. Jones, body work, nice tap forward. Good play, and he gathers the ball again, another possession. Here's a quick kick around the corner, but it's a nice mark in front. Good, clever mark in front there by Clark as he pushed his way there. Umpire says a shepherd out. It'll be a free kick, and Faulkner will be the recipient. Now let's run as they all push down on the forward. He looks for space. There's a nice kick on the lead. He got him. Beautiful foot skills.
That'll be Hunter Moore.
And Hunter Moore.
That was the matchup you were sort of talking about, is having Hunter Moore play deep and having Kobe Young play around that contest. Kobe Young was the one that won the ball from the stoppage to put the ball up to get enabled Faulkner to get the free kick, and then on board to Moore, who essentially filled in for his position.
Beautiful weighted kick, and Moore had space to lead into, and no one could really stop that. Moore to answer one back for the Roos. He kicks it nice and high, swinging around. I think he's got it. He's answered it back. Great goal. We've got a ripping game here in our Colts Grand Final for the QAFL. Hunter Moore kicks his first, and more importantly, he kicks Maroochidore's fourth. Maroochydore 4-4-28, trailing Palm Beach 4-5-29. We played 18-minute mark second term.
We only saw 4 goals in the first 20 minutes of play in that first term. In fact, we saw 4 goals in the space of 32 minutes. We've seen 4 goals now in the space of 6 minutes. It's really starting to open up. The conditions up here today, it is 22 degrees, 59% humidity. So that third quarter, the premiership quarter, how the players respond on the back of that after this hot, intense quarter, it's going to say a lot about these players.
I think the kicking skills from both sides are starting to have an effect on the contest. The side that uses the ball better going forward in the second half, you would think is going to generate more opportunities and therefore kick a winning score back in the middle. They're starting to capitalise on their ruck dominance here, Maroochydore. Jensen wins the hit out. His teammate swings a kick inside forward 50. Then it bounces nicely for Hunt. Taps it on into an open goal. Shot on goal is to the left. Might take Young. Maroochydore in front. Well, you spoke about it, Yendi, and it is really opening up, and Maroochydore capitalising on a centre clearance. Lovely play from Bailey Hahn. Shot on goal. Don't tell me it was a pass. It had to be a shot on goal from 25 metres out. But Young, perfect position, snapped and then kicked a big torpedo from the goal line.
I am going to say that was a pass because it went low enough. Kobe Young had his opponent out-muscled there for position, and it went straight into his hands.
Well,
I'm going to be ambitious there.
Well, the beauty was he kept his feet, didn't he?
Yes.
The other bloke, unfortunately, fell through to the back of the points, kept his feet, the ball bounced nice and handsome for him, and he capitalised. So.
And that's a rare occasion, too, where the ball has gone in the vicinity of Kobe Young, and he hasn't had more than one defender or more than 2 defenders on him. It's a rare one for him.
Well, he's had a hand in both the last 2 goals that Maroochydore are kicking. He might be involved again because they're winning that clearance and going forward. Ashley Williams got front position, takes the mark. Sorry, William Ashley. Dishes the hand pass off to a teammate. Running shot from 45. Gallops around it, out the back. Gallop doesn't matter. He's got the mark. He's going to run around, snap, play on, goals. Wow. It is all happening here at Giffen Park. Dwight Gallop's got his second. Maroochydore have their biggest lead of the day, 11 points in the shadows of half-time. This game has done a dramatic 180-degree turn, JB.
This is supposed to be the undercard, but we may have the main event. Maroochydore 6-4-40, leading Palm Beach 4-5-29. It just turned on its head, didn't it? We just looked like Palm Beach had a bit of momentum, but a couple of really key clearances out of the middle of the ground there. And the ability to be able to run and link has been fantastic for the Roos.
And that's 3 goals in 2 minutes from 2 clearances after that one that was kicked by Hunter Moore.
Which all started with this free kick for a Shepherd out with the 2-on-1 with Palm Beach. Literally since then, about 3 minutes
goals,
ago.
bang.
Yeah. Grand finals can turn on a dime. Jensen's had a good day in the ruck. Grabs it out on his left boot, sends it up to half forward. Palm Beach will get there third, taps it to a teammate, tries to take him on. Banks lays a strong tackle. How's the umpire sees this? He says, give it to me, I'll throw it up. Maroochydore will have all the momentum. Palm Beach will be looking to get to half-time, which can't be too far away. They win a rare hit out, Palm Beach do. With a hand pass to a teammate, or it was a kick instead, perhaps from McMillan at the last moment. They're laying a forward 50 tackle. Moore, I think, there that time. Kicked the goal a couple of minutes ago.
I want to see the Lions just flood a few more numbers back. But though, Jensen is just sitting alone in the middle of the ground now for the Roos.
Big punch over the top. Here's a chance now for the Roos to go forward once again. But the numbers are going to suit Palm Beach as they just work their hard. Happy to see the ball go over the one. Let's just get a bit of a breather. Let's just try and run this clock down. Let's try and just go back in and reset as what the Palm Beach crew are thinking.
Only 6 players in the attacking half of Palm Beach Currumbin, all one-on-ones.
Jensen, big, tall, lumbering lad. Looks athletic. He gets the first tap going, well roved off the pack there, but there's solid hit and tackle there by Palm Beach, as I said, just causing the stoppages.
Riley McMillan started to win a few clearances, Yendi. Now, I know he's played for Maroochydore in the QAFL a couple of times this year.
Yeah, he's outstanding player in 2023.
Got a teammate over it with the ball. Palm Beach won't mind this because they've forced another stoppage. They've got one spare back there at the moment. I think it might be Ezekiel Staunton-Becker. No, he's been manned up by Ashley. Looks like we might have another draw with this clearance, and we do in the shadows of half-time.
For all the dominance that Palm Beach Currumbin had, they had a highest lead of 9 points midway through the first quarter. It's Maroochydore with a game-high lead of 11 points at present.
Jensen had his opponent run into him, bumped him off. McMillan with the clearance, hand pass forward. Jensen just punches it to the hot spot. It'll be play on. How's this chaos ball going to work out? Palm Beach grab it first, but wrapped up by Gallop there, I think. I really liked his game since halfway through the first quarter. As the siren goes for half-time here at Giffen Park, an amazing run of play in that second half of that second quarter where we saw 6 goals kicked in about 10 minutes. Maroochydore kicked 3 goals in 3 minutes at one stage, and they go another long break with an 11-point lead.
Yes, well, I'll actually make your stats seem a lot better too. 6 goals in 8 minutes of play. And a lot of them from centre clearances straight after goals, which just says that after they've spent the first quarter just trying to figure each other out, that they've been able to play some pulsating footy. And that's probably, Jack, an endurance thing as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, both teams are working really, really hard. But it has been small gains of momentum, and when they've had momentum, both teams will be able to cash in.
Well, it is half-time here. Thanks to our man Joel here on the camera. Been doing a sensational job. We've got Jack Barry, we've got Riley Guest, we've got Chris Yeend. We've got a big second half coming up next. The Premiership quarter. Will it determine who holds the Colts Premiership aloft? Stick around. We'll join you after the break.
My name's James Strybos. I started umpiring at the Jindalee Jags Football Club. I've been going for about 20 years now, and I'm now just becoming an AFL umpire.
So I'm Matthew Young. I've been umpiring for 17 years now. Started at Jindalee Jaguars, also into the QAFL, into the NEFL, VFL, and then finally in the AFL.
Hi, my name's Andrew. I started umpiring at the Aspley Hornets Football Club. I've been umpiring for close to 11 years, and now I'm umpiring AFL football.
I was influenced by my dad. He was running around in Queensland at the time, and then the local footy club at Jindalee wanted some club umpires, so I thought it was a great opportunity to earn a little bit while I could. So I started in club umpiring, and then really quickly kind of found myself wanting to get involved in the Brisbane Juniors, so then made my way through that pathway all the way into senior footy up here in Queensland.
So we started playing together back at Jindalee Jaguars, and he had a history of umpiring in his family with his old man, and seeing James umpire as well got me involved into umpiring. So to now share that experience that we've had for so long, 15 years or whatever it is, 16 years, to now umpire, and hopefully we get to do a game together at AFL level, which will be awesome.
I started playing at Aspley at under-8s football, and then when I got to about under-13s, I started my club umpiring journey there just to make a bit of extra money. Probably like a lot of umpires, I realised that I was a lot better at umpiring than I was at playing, so to get to any sort of decent level, I knew that it wasn't going to be through playing, it was going to be through umpiring, so it was a pretty easy decision in the end.
Down at Jindalee, it was a pint of Coke, whether it was a scoreboard or club umpiring or goal umpiring. Yeah, I used to run about 3 or 4 games a weekend and enjoy the 3 or 4 pies and Cokes, which was fantastic. I'm glad it's changed a little bit now.
Absolutely, give it a go. I didn't have a whole lot of interest when I was playing footy until friends and whatnot started umpiring, and then I just loved it from day one. So I think it's a great opportunity for you to build confidence in yourself. There's so many range of areas where you can develop yourself outside of footy as well, and helps you in life in general. So give it a go for sure. It's a journey that I'm so thankful that I took up at a young age.
Obviously the 3 of us getting put on this year, and there's already 2 on the list at the moment, so to have a good strong contingent of Queensland umpires on the list is fantastic, and to do it with 2 guys that I've kind of come through the ranks with and umpired a lot of football with, it's really good.
It's been a long road to get to this position, and when the phone call came through, I was pretty speechless, and even now talking about it, it's still very exciting, and really just looking forward to what challenges are ahead with it.
I think it's probably commitment is the number one thing. A lot of people have a lot of talent and a lot of people have a lot of promise, but I think if you can combine that with commitment and getting everything right off the field and putting in 100% like everything, I think that's probably what it takes is to get there. Yeah.
good afternoon, welcome back here, or good morning and welcome back here to the COLTS Grand Final. It is Maroochydore by 12 points. My name's Chris Yeen, I'm joined by Jack Barry and Riley Guest.
Thanks, Chris. Jack, we had an exciting finish to that second quarter, or to the first half. Maroochydore, I think Chris said there were 6 goals in 8 minutes, and Maroochydore must have kicked about 3 and 3 to take the 2-goal buffer into half-time. But I think as we saw last night in the Carlton-Melbourne game, approaching three-quarter time when Melbourne were on top, got out to a little bit of a lead. Three-quarter time came, and then things went Carlton's way for the first couple of minutes of the last quarter. Things can change very quickly in grand finals.
And it can, and look, both teams have been able to really capitalise quickly, and I think both teams will be feeling confident when they've got ball in hand and they're on top. They can really influence the scoreboard. But it was a great turnaround by Maroochydore that quarter.
Who's your best player from each side, Riley, that you can think of?
Well, I like Ty Gallop from Maroochydore, and I think Brock Johnston-Smith's going pretty well down back, all things considered. As we get underway in the second half, Jensen, the hit out, his teammate tapped it on. Vivian got a hand pass forward because he stumbled when he wanted to kick it. So it gives Palm Beach the chance to rebound, and they've got it out here to Johnston. Forward to Walkerton with the mark. So Palm Beach first chance to go inside forward 50 this quarter. They send it wide to the flank to that man I just mentioned, Bakehoff Smart. Kicked 2 goals in the opening quarter. Wheels around on his preferred foot. Send to the hot spot, 25 metres out from goal. Actually, probably closer to 35. Doesn't matter because the balls ended up with a teammate. Back to Macklin Johnston. They were having a bit of a kick to kick those two, and Palm Beach had the chance to get on the ball first in the second half, Jack.
And Johnston has that capacity to play at either end of the ground, so to see him be able to find that free space up at centre half forward, he knows how defenders operate because he's a quality defender himself at times, and be able to find that hole and take that mark. He's a lovely kick of the footy as well. He's kicked 24 goals this year as well.
So Maroochydore have kicked the last 3, but Johnston, the chance for the perfect start to this second half, and it gets there, I think, just, yes it has. So Palm Beach Currumbin get the first goal of the second half, margins back to 6 points. And Jack, we just spoke about how a break can bring about a change in momentum, and I think we've just seen it here.
Yeah, and it was a really clever kick. He kicked it into space. He drew Macklin Johnston into the ball, and he just beautifully ran into that little space where the ball was kicked and took a nice uncontested mark. So Palm Beach get the momentum. They draw the lead. They scamper the league back. 41 plays 35 now, and the all-important centre clearance.
And that's the Lions' first goal today from a set shot too. So all of them have come from general play. It's the first time they've actually had the option inside that forward 50.
Palm Beach get the first hit out, and then the ball races forward towards the centre half forward area. Here's a chance now. They get a handball up the top, but it's handball straight to an opponent, and Maroochydore will clear the ball out towards the central line. They've got to go now. They all come in nice and hard. Great play by Palm Beach, keeping the ball alive. A little handball to himself, and now kicked away cleverly there by Johnson-Smith. The numbers are all going to suit Maroochydore, and it's a nice mark by McDonald around the half-back flank area.
And that wind started to pick up a little bit as well, going from left to right.
McDonald eases the ball onto the central wing. Oh, big collision. And the ball spills over the line and out of bounds.
We see Kirby Young part of that marking contest there. Coach Jason McDonald moved him up the ground in the second quarter, and I think he's had a bit more of an impact further up the ground, allowing Gallop and Moore to play a bit deeper.
And he's going to be worn like a glove by Brock Johnston-Smith. He's had his job cut out for him so far today.
So we've got a perfect view of this boundary throw-in, and it's great from the umpire. Jensen shoved his man out of the way, didn't get a touch to it in the end. Lester Smith took a tackler on and got a boot to the ball. Did he? Umpire said, no, you threw it. Free kick, Hahn. Going the way of Maroochydore there, Bailey Hahn.
He's improved over the last 15 minutes either side of half-time.
Sends it inside forward 50, looking for Gallop, a front position mark. And a friendly little bump to a Palm Beach opponent there as well. Ty Gallop has kicked 2 goals, 1 today so far. Since halfway through the first quarter, I think he's been the main man from Maroochydore going forward.
He's been a strong presence up there, and I think the young bloke from Palm Beach probably needed to engage his body a little bit earlier, because if you allow him to sort of get that front spot, he's going to be hard to stop.
Well, he's kicked a goal in every quarter so far, so if he's successful here, it'd be 3 and 3.
So he's going to be 40 metres out, 45 metres out, almost directly in front of that right foot. Drops it very high and just left of the goalpost there. So just a minor score to him. He has 2-2 for the afternoon. Maroochydore, for the morning, sorry. And Maroochydore have a 7-point lead, 3.5 minutes into this third quarter.
Bring the ball back in, Palm Beach. What are they going to do? They've been second the outs. They're going to attack the commentator's side wing. Nice big kick. Pack ready to set themselves. Front spot there was Pinder, but he couldn't take the mark. Now it's quickly roved and kicked high there by Ashley, but the ball's going to go over the line out of bounds on the full, and I think you'll see a free kick deep in defence.
I see the matchup. They might look to try and win Palm Beach Currumbin. They've got Walkerton on McDonald, but if they can get Walkerton to just sprint 20 metres up to this contest and take a mark.
Packs at themselves, front spot, well rove, front and centre, good play there. Clever little play there by Rowe.
I mentioned during the halftime break that I thought Jet Rowe's influence in and around the contest, just with those tackles, not winning a lot of the ball, but having a good influence there for Palm Beach Currumbin.
He's around this ball at the stoppage. It's a teammate feed in and out to Lester Sutherland, then giving it back, kick smothered. Seen a few of those today. McDonald can't take the mark, so Palm Beach hand passes off to a runner on Lester Sutherland. He's going to go inside forward 50, looking for his captain in Cahill. He's held out well and the ball's spoiled to ground. Teammate from Palm Beach there first, misses the hand pass though. They've got numbers here to help fix it up. Feeds a hand pass through Maroochydore, right on the football though as well. Plenty of pressure in this grand final. Lovely pick up and gather. I think that might have been the captain, Vivian, out to the far wing here. 2-on-2, gallop around the football. He's helping lay a tackle. Helps that the ball comes out. Maroochydore have a chance to go forward. The gather was clean, but it was a good strong tackle from Palm Beach, and then another strong tackle, and I think we're going to have a stoppage on this wing, on this far wing.
Palm Beach have just got that number peeling off around a kick behind play. That's Damon Clark, who has won a lot of uncontested disposals off half-back for the Lions.
They like to use the corridor, Palm Beach, and they're not going to be able to this time because that's a perfectly executed tackle from Vivian, holding the ball or illegal disposal.
Clark still the loose defender inside 50 there for Maroochydore.
Young's outside forward 50 here. Vivian pointed and then sent it in the direction of Hunter Moore, but a good intercept mark. I think that's Johnston Smith. I've liked the game of him and both Clark today as well. Johnston Smith elects to come out wide here on the broadcast side, finding Walkerton.
Walkerton's picked up this quarter. He goes in short, not going to quite make his target. Nice little kick across there to Hayes. Hayes onto the left foot, kicks it down the line. Ball spills free. Jumping onto the ball first is Maroochydore. They'll clear the ball out and take it inside 50 again, but a big, strong fifth. And you spoke about him before, really stepping up. And that's a nice, big defensive punch. But hang on, there's a bit going on here.
Yeah, Ty Gallup standing up for Kobe Young there because I think it might have been Clark. Actually, was probably lucky, almost missed him with the jersey punch somehow.
That was Johnston Smith who nearly got him.
Yeah, nearly got him, and Gallup letting him know about it too.
Umpire to throw the ball back in. Nice handball, nice little throw up. Here's a chance. He got numbers there, but they're going to try and kick. Probably should have been a handball. Gives Palm Beach the ball, but he's happy to see the ball go over the line and out of bounds. So as you spoke about before, Johnston Smith working defence this quarter. He's really upped the ante, and he's killed a couple of balls as well come forward.
So we're just looking at this stoppage here. Both sides have a spare number behind the ball. Palm Beach at the top of the goal square. Maroochydore have got, I think it's Carter Pinder now, I think, is a spare. They might want it to be Jones. Yeah, they're just deciding not to man up. Hunter James overruns the ball. And Palm Beach will send it forward. They'll avoid the spare, but Bradley McDonald has played a good game off half-back as the intercept defender. Takes that mark here.
If Maroochydore are going to win, McDonald is going to set it up in this quarter.
He's going to set it up to half-forward here. A lot of numbers around the footy. No one taking the mark there. Young's around it, and there's a free kick for a hold going the way of Palm Beach. The non-controlling umpire's seen it and caught it. There's plenty of feeling in this game, JB. 7.5 minutes into this third quarter, Maroochydore lead by 7 points.
I think they're looking to change the angle because they're going down the line and McDonald's just chopping them off. So, but there's not enough movement when they look across the field.
And Jones as well. He's sitting at the edge of the centre square.
That's the 45 they're looking for, but it's over-kicked and that opens it up for. They took a bit of risk for reward. They go in short. Does he find his teammate? He can't. The ball's dropped. He had a little clever kick off the ground. Bouncing through. Here's a chance. He can do a big, strong tackle. Holds the ball up. Good defensive work there by Palm Beach, and they'll get a breather. But as I said, they're just trying to maybe change the angle now, trying to bring the ball on the other side of the ground, because when they're going down the line, they're getting chopped out every time.
And that was Whiteley. He was on his back when he managed to kick that ball a little bit forward. Very innovative.
And it was Young with the clearance, and he's with the intercept originally. He grabbed it and almost karate kicked it in the air, kind of Daniel Wells-like from about 20 years ago. And it's earning Maroochydore a boundary throw-in this time, which they won't mind. They've got numbers around the footy. Jones is the spare about 60 metres from this football. So Palm Beach have got one in the goal square by themselves. And who's going to be on the move here? Is it going to be Young? Is Gallup going to try and grab the ball out of the ruck? I think he is. Dances around, one on the boot! And it's across the face. Ty Gallup, he's looking dangerous. He's their man in attack at the moment, Maroochydore, for Palm Beach. They've avoided to go the corridor more often than not. That was the game plan in the first half, JB, but as you said, they've changed their angles this quarter.
Well, they're going to have to try. They're going to bring the ball out towards this commentary side again. Big kick in the front split. Oh, the big one! He couldn't get it, though. Jeez, that would have been a beauty. Down the line, punched away. Here's a chance now. Going to be Pinder. He goes in short. Lovely kick to Jones. There's a bit going on behind play. He's tackled. Play on. He's dropping the ball.
That's
So there's a bit...
Max Cruz still going at it now.
So Gallop has gone in to wave the flag on a number of occasions for his teammate there in Young. And he's taken down two. The emergency umpire out there sorting it out.
Meanwhile here at action, sorry Jake, might have cut you off. We had a kick up the centre wing, ball punched out over the boundary line, throw in. We need a moment of levity here. The emergency umpire is still on the field. They're still going to Gallop. He's still dishing it out.
If I was Ty Gallop, I'd just be trying to avoid that because we could very well see it's in the attacking half of Palm Beach Currumbin. It's far away from him. Can't afford to give away a free kick.
So Jones in the run, mucked out of it by his opponent, and Palm Beach with the clearance, gets a hand pass away in the nick of time. Williams' kick is smothered. They go forward now, the Roos, in the direction of Gallop. You feel something might happen here. Knocked outside, Laverde is going to take Young over in a tackle, and it's going to be a boundary throw-in.
That wind is picking up. It is almost coming right across towards that forward pocket too. The attacking zone there for Maroochydore. Led this one by 8 points. Have not kicked a goal in 13 minutes of play. In that time, Palm Beach Currumbin have kicked one.
So Williams and Jones were at boiling point in this contest, I think. Sorry, Gallop. Palm Beach with the clearance. Through the middle of the ground, they've got a spare. It's Jones, he can't affect a spoil, but McDonald can gather. Clearing, kick to half forward. Palm Beach have the numbers, intercept mark taken.
Got to try and look to switch, but they'll keep going down the line. They've got too hard to get past centre half back from here. They're blocking off the corridor. In these short 45s, they've got to have some hit-up leads. They've done it earlier in the day, and they looked really dangerous when they did. They decided to go down the line, and Big Jones will just punch the ball out of bounds, and they're just cutting it off time after time.
But they're going down to that 2-on-1, coming out of the commentary wing. As much as we enjoy seeing the play, I want to see Palm Beach Currumbin switch across the outer side. They've got lots of small runners that can cover ground really quickly. They've got speed in their half, their attacking half of the ground, that Maroochydore don't have in defence.
This is playing into their hands. Jones, front spot, lovely tap, punch forward, and they're going to see the ball go out of bounds and over the line for a throw-in.
Well, we saw 6 goals in the second quarter. We've only seen 1 so far. I almost start to wonder how many more goals are left in this game altogether.
Particularly given the humidity is rising just a little bit, and the temperature is as well. We're up to 24 degrees and 55% humidity.
Jones hits it out, but it's sharked well by Palm Beach. They go inside forward 50. Haven't said that for a while. They force the ball to ground level. Maroochydore had the numbers, throws it to a Palm Beach player who was legged, dishes it to a teammate. Cahill in the goal square, caught out of position. He's going to gather it. Can he feed a hand pass out? He can. Not to a teammate, though. They're alive around. Got the ball, taking the ground in the tackle. How does the umpire see it? He says play on. Flicks a hand pass over the top to Palm Beach. Numbers all around this footy. They set up for the quick kick out of defence too. The Lions are. But Vivian in a 1-on-2. Now it's a 2-on-3. Palm Beach over the top with a hand pass. And then a no-look. Check side kick inside forward 50. The Roos have the numbers, but they don't have the bounce because Palm Beach gather. Tackled as he hand pass to a teammate who gathers, blind turn, spins. Cahill has a kick, bumped as his kick, goes nowhere. Teammate fumbling for it. I reckon that's McDonald who's just had to pick the ball up. And he's kicked it out of defence. Young's come up the ground, and his 3-metre kick to a teammate works. He's away with 1 bounce. Now 2, 3. Decided against the force and went short. Hunter Moore. Got a teammate working over the top. Palm Beach have 1 back in the goal square.
They have no one in their attacking 50 with that kick.
Goes very short and well and accurate. I think that's the Hudson Vivian who started the run off half back.
It's a great call. He's and he doesn't panic with the ball. He just found another teammate, probably about 40 metres out, pretty much directly in front. So great play by the skipper. As you said, he didn't panic with the footy. He was in about 2 or 3 sets of play there, and he's capitalised.
And he is hurting at the moment. He's got it. Well, he doesn't now, but he has his hands on his head. He's haunched over here. He's dished the ball off to Riley McMillan, who had a really strong finish to the second half. To the second quarter, winning some clearances, and he's got the chance here to kick a very important goal. From 45 metres out on a slide angle. McMillan, it's low, it's straight, it's home. He likes it. Maroochydore are out now to a 14-point lead that is a defining goal of this third quarter. A brilliant passage of play, first from the entire team to scramble in defence. Both sides were going hard at the ball, and then Hudson Vivian's 3-run bounce, got the kick back again, and then spotted up McMillan, who kicked truly when it mattered.
That's clever work there from Vivian, because they had one defender inside that forward 50 all alone. So you have to lower your eyes there, and he did so beautifully to find that option just outside 50, enable the cavalry to push forward. Otherwise, a blaze inside the forward 50, it would have just come back just as quick as he had a run to get to that spot with the ball. That could very well be the grand final run that determines the premiership here for Maroochydore.
Will he be backing up in the half-time sprint? Who knows? he could be. Handball over the top. Here's a go. Big clearance now. Palm Beach, they're putting their head down over the ball. They want the next goal. Too much on it. And a nice mark in defence by Maroochydore. Play on, he's always in trouble. He's put himself under pressure, but it's a lovely kick out wide. And he's found his teammate. Beautiful. And a nice mark there to Parter. Parter. Left foot. Thumps it down there. No one can take the mark. And there's that man again in Brock Johnson-Smith who just gets a hand on it and takes the ball over the line and out of bounds.
For all the dominance that Palm Beach Currumbin had in that quarter, they were only able to condense the margin down to 8 points. Oh, sorry, 6 points. And now Maroochydore at a game-high margin, 14 points. That's a big turning point.
Front spot. Oh, grabbed out of the ruck. Kicked around the corner. Well done, Williams. Oh, front spot. Good mark. Hayes. He's just looking for some bump in the space. They're not trying to move the ball. This gives a chance for Maroochydore to get numbers back behind the ball, and both their midfield is working really well. That's a better kick. Finds his teammate. He's going to move the ball quickly now. That's the way they like the forwards like it. A dump down the line, but a lovely mark in defence. Oh, that's a beauty, and it's taken out by Kobe Cook.
Cahill just overrunning the ball there as the wind starts to pick up. We've got a plane going over us. So Cook comes defensive side of the ground. Maroochydore have liked to use this this side of the ground this quarter. There's Patter again, takes one, then two, gives a hand pass to Vivian. The captain composes and sends a nice kick up. That wind is really favouring right of camera here, and the ball will get to the boundary line first before Hunter Moore can. So this might be okay for Palm Beach with the conditions changing. In the last quarter, you would think if the wind holds the way it is, they're going to be going with the wind. So 14 points is not insurmountable.
But they've exerted a lot of energy in this third quarter, particularly through their midfield. So I wouldn't be surprised if Maroochydore sit more numbers off the back of the contest in the final quarter.
They have actually set up very well this quarter defensively, Maroochydore. No one gets a decisive hit. I think that's Laverde. Swinging around on his left. Who's going to get it first, Maroochydore or the boundary line? It's going to be the boundary line. We'll have another throw in. A couple of minutes to go in this third quarter.
I think we got, it was a 17 minutes plus time on, and we saw a straight 20 in the first term. We saw 22.5 minutes for 6 goals in the second term. We've only had 2 goals for this term, so we may only have maybe 20.5 at best.
Palm Beach need to be careful because Vivian's the spare here. Hit out from Jensen went the way of Palm Beach though. When it's one-on-ones up the ground, oh, nearly a strong mark taken. Pinder came across to spoil, missed the hand pass to Barbudo, tapped it out to McDonald, but it was Vivian who got there first, or the ball got to him, and his kick is actually pretty well placed, landing about half a metre inside the field of play before going out over the boundary line.
Just a little tap-ons, keeping the ball alive, just a little 1%ers that I think both teams have done, but certainly Maroochydore probably doing those things just a little bit better at this stage.
Jensen coming off for a spell, Jones going straight on the ground here for Maroochydore.
Do you think Maroochydore will want one more before three-quarter time?
Oh, well, yes, yeah, that would really get them up and about, but as I said, I feel like it's really picked up the wind.
Hasn't been a factor up until this point, has it?
Umpire throws the ball in, tap forward, racing straight through. They're putting his head around the tackle around the head, and there'll be a free kick going there to Grimster.
He's had a good third quarter so far.
Now he switches the ball on the outer side. This is when they've done their best footy early on, but it's a tough kick. Oh, can't take the mark. They're trying to play that way. Now over the top. Now they're out. Oh, he's under pressure though. There's the forward pressure by Maroochidore's been great, but there's a nice kick inside on the lead.
Cahill with the lead now.
Cahill, lethal left footer over the top. No one can take the mark. Ball spills free, front and centre. Trying to handball the ball, keep it alive. Swings around on the left foot, kicks around the corner, but it's too much on it. He kicks the ball over the line and out of bounds on the full.
I think that kick came from Ty Hayes, who's no stranger to kicking goals. I don't mind the fact that it's Hayes and Cahill just sitting inside that forward 50 for Palm Beach Currumbin. They are the sorts of players that have got a little bit of height, some strong marking ability, and can win multiple contests against multiple opponents.
A rare occurrence of the ball being on the far side of the field as well. It's probably the best way to attack the ground when going left of camera here as the ball is kicked up. Jones with the clearance, with a hand pass to McMillan, who dished it off to a teammate, kicked it to space. Now Young, it's a 3-on-2. Maroochydore have the numbers. Ashley's trying to get out the back. Young's pressure's good, ball knocked out in a tackle. Then he takes him to ground without it. Well adjudicated by the umpire there. Free kick for a hole. Maroochydore missed a golden opportunity. Kick across the goal face. Got to be careful.
They haven't got many options out here. That's their problem. They have to hold it back because they haven't got many options. It's a 2-on-1 down the line in favour of Maroochydore.
Well, Munro's got time to steady, but as you spoke about, he didn't have anything to go to. Missed his kick and then inside forward 50. Gallop. Good kick from Caleb Silvio on his left foot composed. Drew Gallop into the kick, and this could be a dagger in the hearts of Palm Beach if Gallop's to go back and kick this. His kicks have tended to go with the wind today. He's pushed a couple right, going left of screen. He's had 2 shots, I think, this quarter. They've both gone left of the goals. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes. I think this is the furthest he's kicked from goal today. It'll probably be just at inside the 50. Numbers are there on the line. Makes his way in. Ty Gallop strikes it high and he strikes it left again.
The wind actually dropped in that situation there. Jack, I just wonder whether on that occasion there, Palm Beach Currumbin were better off switching back across the outer side because they were outnumbered kicking to this side of the ground.
Well, to their credit, they're trying to make things happen, but to Maroochidore's credit, they're just sitting off and just sweating on. If a kick doesn't hit its target, they're ready to swoop and they're making them pay when they do. Big kick, the pack set themselves on it. McDonald can't mark. They're going to feed the ball back. Good play. It's kicked out there to Bertongs. He kicks the ball high. The pack set themselves again. No one can take the mark. He looks like the pack jumping on top of the ball. Nice solid tackle. He's been hard and tough at it. That's Grimster. And the umpire says, I'll have it, thank you.
Ty Gallop has kicked 3 points in this quarter. If he was successful on all 3 of them, this game would be over and done with.
Just a couple of moments before 3/4 time. Young with the clearance to his captain. Throws it on his boot inside forward 50. Gallop pushes his man under the ball. Steadies on his right foot. Shot on goal. Ty Gallop. He's got it.
4th time's a charm for the quarter.
4th time is the charm for Ty Gallop, and Maroochydore are now out to a 21-point lead in the shadows of 3/4 time. Well, JB, we spoke about whether they would want another goal before the break, and they've got it.
Yeah, he just used his body strength again, kept his feet, just worked his player away from the footy. The ball bounces nice for him, and off one step, launches, and then puts it straight through the middle.
I must admit, I'm so impressed by some of the Maroochydore bigger players, how well they're able to control their body and just move at ground level. You know, they're a threat in the air, but they're also a threat at ground level, like Gallop was then.
Well, full credit to the coaching staff for Maroochydore, and certainly the programs that are up on the Sunshine Coast, because really been an impressive display of Colts football today. Well, both teams, but certainly Maroochydore.
Ty Gallop has had 5 of the last 7 scoring shots of this game either side of 3/4 time.
So Jones won the clearance, dished it off to Hahn, but he was tackled before he was kicked. Palm Beach go forward, out to a flank, broadcast side, gathering at it. Went against his options, went against his teammate, decided to take it on, tackled. But his teammate got it, was tackled, wrapped up. And the siren goes for 3/4 time of this QAFL Colts grand final. A late goal to Ty Gallop, who's the leading goal scorer on the ground with 3 goals. Sees Maroochydore take a 21-point lead. The wind's picked up, though, going right of screen, so Palm Beach will be having the wind in the last quarter. But it's going to be a tough ask from 21 points down in the grand final, Jack.
Yep, well, I mean, Palm Beach have they've been a strong side over long. They've played in a few premierships over the years. They're a strong football club. They'll get together. They'll have one big crack at it. It's been a game of momentum, but it looks like they've got a bit of work to do to try and run down this lead from a very, very impressive Maroochydore.
Well, it is 3/4 time here in the Colts grand final. Was the premiership quarter the winning quarter? Stick around if you're a Palm Beach Currumbin fan. There's still plenty more to come your way. 21 points to margin. Back after this break. Morning and welcome back here to three-quarter time here in the Colts Grand Final. It is Maroochydore, 21-point leaders over Palm Beach Currumbin. My name's Chris Sheen and I'm in the pleasure of great company here of Jack Barry and Riley Guests. This is certainly on the line here for Palm Beach Currumbin. They have got enough talent in the sheds to come out in this final term.
Yeah, they certainly have, and Coach Clark was really trying to give them a bit of a lift that last quarter. They've got to start winning their 50-50 balls. They've got to start using their run and speed, and I think they've got to start switching that ball around, opening up the play, and then getting it down to their forwards quickly. Because we noticed that time, didn't we, Riley, when the ball was kicked quickly, when there was a turnover in the defence, and Maroochydore got hold of the ball, they had plenty of space. They moved the ball really, really quickly, and their forwards had plenty of space to lead into and or kick it over the top. It was only the hard work there by Johnson Smith to probably saved a few of the goals that quarter.
They made a fast start to the second half, Palm Beach. Got the first goal and probably dominated field territory for the first 7 or 8 minutes, but weren't able to capitalise on it. Now, the first goal in this quarter we all know was going to be very, very important because you can only kick 1 goal at a time, and it's nothing short to say that Palm Beach will be wanting that first goal.
Who's 2 players have got to step up for the Lions here in this last quarter?
I think one of their co-captains, Luke Cahill, at full forward, he had the opportunity to have his moments in that quarter there, but it didn't really happen. And then I'd love to see Nelson Beekoff Smart kick 2 goals in the opening quarter. His opportunistic goal sense might pay off in this final quarter. As the siren goes, we are underway. Great throw from the umpire, goes up perfectly, head over the ball. Umpire can't see it, so it's the out of control. Umpire's going to pay a free kick for Palm Beach. It's going to go the way of Grimsby. Had a great third quarter. They're going to have the chance to go first forward in the third quarter, but they make a crucial mistake. Maroochydore inside forward 50. A poor kick, though. Needed to go short, went long instead, and the Lions will take the mark.
They get a reprieve. They'll go out wide. Not a nice-looking kick, but he's found his teammate most importantly. Great mark here by Palm Beach on the half-back. They want the next goal. They kick down the line over the top, but it's not going to make it, and it's going to be cut off, and it's been pretty much the story of the day around that possession of the ground. They go in short, Maroochydore.
They pushed Cahill further up the ground too, Palm Beach Currumbin, just to try and get him around the ball. And because he can kick 60 metres, with the aid of that breeze, might be able to get an extra 10 metres with his kicks.
He's looking for a hit-up lead, and he's found one.
In front of Cahill.
It's Vivian, the skipper.
So we see Cahill playing across half-back now, essentially.
He drives looking for the pocket. He's got a lead, and he's found him. That's a lovely play. He's been very impressive by foot today.
It's Hunter Moore.
And Hunter Moore has taken a nice mark into space. So, again, he hasn't wasted too many possessions, has he?
Well, he kicked that goal in the second quarter that basically turned the tide of the game, where they kicked 3 goals in 2 minutes. And he was the one that put the exclamation point on that. And that's the reason why Maroochydore are ahead of the way they are.
Hunter Moore, he's kicked one already today. A nice deliberate approach. He comes in, he leans back. He didn't quite get the distance on it, and it's going to be taken an uncontested mark in the goal square to Palm Beach. Pushing back. What's he going to do? Game's on a knife edge. Found his teammates a nice kick. Always grabbed, could it be 50? No. Umpire lets it go, pushes back on the mark. Goes into the corridor, and again, he's got the mark. This is clever. A lot more precise with their kicking now. They'll go across to the middle of the ground. Play on now looking for the quick entry inside forward 50. He bombs it down there in front spot. It was Beaufoy, he couldn't take the mark. Trying to keep the ball alive. Strong over the ball. Now he's found a player by himself. Steps inside, gets a bit of a kick on it. Has he found anyone? The ball bouncing around. Trying to keep it going. Here's a chance on the left foot. Swinging around. Oh, but there's a mark in the goal square.
Beekoff Smart shot on goal, just falling short, but much better ball usage from Palm Beach using the corridor, which they did so well in the first half. McMillan has a bounce and then kicks poorly out of defence. Cut off there. I think that's Rowe, your man, Chris. So no one on the mark. He turns around, runs around, plays on his left boot. It's a shot on goal. I think he's got it. He has. First goal of the last quarter. Great play from Jet Rowe. Game sense at 100% there. Took his chance from 45 metres up against the boundary. Wrong spot for a left footer. That's the start Coach Glenn Clark would have wanted, Jack.
Can you see that's why he's my man? He's been doing a lot of... I noticed he spent most of that first quarter on the bench. He's been ejected in the midfield. I don't think he's been off the ground for at all over that time. He's been a great tackler, been trying to force some turnovers in the middle of the ground, and he found plenty of space out there, 60 metres out from goal, and he's got that good thumping left foot kick. And because the wind is blowing towards the opposite forward pocket, he only had to hang it out to the left-hand goalpost. Watch it curl through. It was a beautiful finish. One of the great grand final goals that we'll see, and maybe that's the sparking point here at 14 points the margin.
We're back into the middle of the ground now. All important. We've just played over the 3.5-minute mark of the final term of this QAFL grand final. Umpire throws the ball up. Contestable, and Palm Beach will get the clearance. They're going to take a mark, but no, it's going to be cut off in defence. Good mark there in defence by Maroochydore. I think that might be Sylvia. Sylvia switches the ball out wide, attacking the outer wing. Nice kick, front spot over the top. No, it's a nice mark in front. It's a beautiful mark in front, and that's where you've got to play in grand finals.
Jones just come on the ground here for Maroochydore. Jensen off.
The left footer kicks the ball. Palm Beach are in the front spot. Spills over the top. Oh, here's a chance now. A chance there for Faulkner. Bouncing around. Here's a chance on the right foot. He just tries and swings his self around, but it's going to go across the face of goal and through for... No, he's just stuck it in for one behind.
Opportunity goes begging for the Roos. I think that was Vivian missing the shot on goal. Kicked one like that, similar in the first half. Unable to replicate the magic this time as Palm Beach risky kick through the middle. Ball at ground level. Well taken, 1-2 hand pass. I think that's Lester Sutherland taking a ground and a good tackle. Sorry, it's Grimster. But that's okay from Palm Beach. They're trying to be creative. I think kicking long's not going to work out all the time for them. They've got to use the wind, but they've got to be smart with how they go about it. Jones hits it out. But as has happened a lot today, the Lions shark it. Now they're going forward and they can go long. It's inside forward, 52-on-2. Gets out the back. He's got no one between him and the goals if he can gather. Cleanly along the ground. There you go. That's Ty Hayes. 2 in a row to the Lions. And here they come. Margin back to 9 points. 5 and a bit gone in the final term here at Giffen Park, and we have a game on our hands.
And they were able to just move the ball on very quickly. Naturally, at this stage of the game, you're going to have to take a little bit more risk when you're further behind. But you're able to get over the top of that wall that Maroochydore has built over the across half-back with your McDonald's and others that have really stood in the way. So to do it on the counter-attack very, very quickly, making the use of that breeze and making sure that you've got more one-on-ones inside that forward 50 and you haven't got extra defenders there that are clogging up that space. That's where Ty Hayes, who has been a magnificent player, he's kicked 2 goals or more on 7 occasions. Every time he's kicked a goal, he's kicked 2 or more, so stand out, look out, he'll kick another one.
The centre clearance vital, and it's Jones winning it, feeding a hand pass out to a teammate, kicks to 25 metres out. It's going to be a free kick for a hole. Well, and who else but Ty Gallup? That centre clearance was so important, and for Maroochydore, it could not have gone any better. Now the wind is really picking up. Good forward craft from Gallup there, JB.
It was, and bustling work out of the middle there by Big Jones. You know, he just 2 touches of the footy, they got the ball out, and then again he just leant back on him, and then of course looks like he grabbed hold of him.
So Gallup's kicked 3-4 today from directly in front, 30 metres out. Gallup leans back and puts it through. And he lets his opponent know about it. Maroochydore get a much-needed goal. The margin's back out to 15 points. 6.5 played in this final term. There's been a lot of feeling in this game. Ty Gallup's demonstrated that. He's flown the flag a lot for his team. He'll be pretty happy to kick his 4th there.
Yeah, well, he's had 8 scoring shots on the board, and he's presented really well. But it's been a testament of the midfield as well to move the ball really quickly. And Palm Beach Currumbin, they were the best team across any team that is playing in the grand final today. They have been probably the best team all year in terms of having lost only 1 game during the home and away season. They lost a 3-point thriller in the semi-final against this team, and Maroochydore are showing just how good they are. And I'll throw this question to you later on, Jack, but Maroochydore had a lot more players this year to play senior footy.
Hahn to McMillan, Maroochydore going forward again. It might get out the back. It holds up before going across. Moore's there, tackle, kicks. Well pressured from Palm Beach. That could have been the game there if they kicked that, but they did well to force it behind.
So, Jack...
Sorry, Chris, that was the centre clearance dominance from Maroochydore again.
Jack, sorry, with Maroochydore have had, I think, 8 players this year have played senior footy. How does that come into play now?
Yeah, well, so they're all great experience as well to be able to play all that type of footy, and you know, they're both organisations, I think they promote their kids and play them up where they can. So that's the great thing about both football clubs. They both have had exposure to academy footy. So that's why we're seeing a quality game here today.
Tell you what, Will Jones having a big last couple of minutes, not having much of a say in that clearance though. Palm Beach force it forward 25 metres and have earned themselves a boundary throw in just their side of centre wing here. Jones has had 2 hit-outs to advantage in the last 2 centre clearances. Resulted in 1 goal to the Roos and nearly another there.
Who from Palm Beach has been able to stand up in the ruck today?
Well, I think they've gone between Day and Walkerton to share duties as Khan wins another clearance. His second half's been pretty good. They go forward, clean hands though from Palm Beach. Chance to rebound on this flank. Kicks up to a teammate in Grimstar. Takes the mark, wastes no time. He's got teammates on in the middle, look around if he wants to use it. He doesn't. He goes by hand to a teammate. Another hand pass over the top. Hand pass to a sweeper. Could feed it back to a runner. Doesn't. Swings it high onto his boot. It's going to the top of the goal square. It's going to bounce. And it's going to go over a couple of players' heads. Pinder is down there for the Roos. Cahill's as well. Gets the ball, feeds a hand pass out over the top. Shot on goal, snapping. It's running to the boundary line.
Oh, Beaufoy.
Yeah, Beaufoy, and I think that might have been Cooper Delaney. That was goal saving. We've seen 1 goal saving act at each end in the last 2 minutes. And Maroochydore can breathe a sigh of relief, but Palm Beach need to keep attacking. Gone nearly 10 minutes in this final quarter as Barbudo brings the ball out of defence with a nice long kick. He's had plenty of those today. Huge pack forms, no one takes the mark. Walking and taking a ground. McDonald forward of the ball for a change. Nice little soccer there by Parter, works out and he might get it back here. He's got Gallup on short if he wants. Inside 50, looking for Young. Moore's going to stay down. It's not going to matter because Laverde takes the intercept mark and moves it quickly into the middle of the ground. Oh no, turnover again. It's going back and forth. Palm Beach are able to gather, kick through the middle of the ground, turnover over the head of McDonald. The Lions gather, hand pass out. Cahill gets the ball now. Shot on goal from 45. It's drifting left, but it's drifting through. Josh Cahill, a captain's goal if ever was needed. 9 points. What a game of footy here, Jack. Sorry, I must have cut you off there a couple of times.
No. That was fantastic, great call, and that's right. The skipper steps up in the crucial moment. 8-7-55, trailing Maroochydore now 9-10-64. We played 10 minutes, and that's the one they needed. This keeps them right back within the game.
That was one of the best transitions that Palm Beach have had all day. I know they originally made a mistake, but they were so clean and quick, and they used the corridor, which we know they need to do.
Well, that's the second time they've done that this quarter. I think it might have been with Cahill kicking goals in both occasions, or one of their key forwards. But just playing caution to the wind and actually kicking the ball inside a forward 50 with Maroochydore having fewer defenders down there.
I reckon the wind helped them there with that too. The ball going over the head of McDonald's. They win the clearance out to this flank here. Socket coming off both players. It's right near the boundary line. It might go out and over, and it does. Boundary throw in 11 minutes played in this final quarter, Jack.
Oh, I like the work of, I know we spoke, but Williams and Walker, they've worked really hard in the ruck. They have been undersized, but the ability around the ground's been pretty good as well. So just trying to keep the ball back at the ground level.
And Walkerton coming back into the team today as well after a few weeks out.
Over the top. Umpires picked out a free kick. So Shepherd free kick is going to be going to Maroochydore, and it'll go to the big ruckman in Jensen. As the numbers start piling back as they're pushing back in defence to relaunch forward. He's got a hit up, nice little hit up lead, and good mark to there. It's a nice kick there to Banks.
Maroochidore's done it really well today, rotating Jensen and Jones off the bench. So they've been doing about 5 minutes on, 5 minutes off, and they're making sure that they've had a good tall man fresh on the ground.
Vivian launches inside 50. Front spot, no one can take the mark. The numbers are going to suit Maroochydore at the ground level. A quick kick away across the ground, looking for someone in to do some space. The ball's bouncing and rolling. Hunter's there to try and get the ball. That's Hunter Moore, and the ball is taken out of bounds.
Some of the best on ground players we're thinking, boys, that there's been a lot.
There have been a lot of names going through my head at the moment. I think we've got the votes to do at the end. Ty Gallup, one that stands out. I know, Chris, you'd like Bailey Hahn and Jet Rowe. I think both rucks from Maroochydore have been pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't mind Vivian. I thought he's been really good.
As well, and McMillan. And Cahill's last quarter so far for the Lions has been pretty important. They'll try and rebound. Bykoff smart here. Composes well out of half back in the back pocket. Sorry, boots it up with a teammate on the wing. Nice mark on the chest. They're going to use the wing or the corridor. They're going to go wing first, the Lions. The momentum is with them. They kicked 3-2 in this last quarter. That kick is high into the centre square. Jensen can't take the mark, went straight through his hands. The Lions at ground level. Can't get it because Hahn does, but then his kick is smothered. Then he kind of drags it back in. Umpire circling, says give it to me. We're looking at this, just sorry, there was no one inside Palm Beach's forward 50. Maroochydore had 3. Players really need to be aware, and halfbacks need to be controlling their defenders, telling them where they need to be.
I want to see Cahill just sit at centre half forward and stay there.
Nice blind hand pass, 1-2, fumble at the crucial moment, but then gathers on his left foot. Kick is short and scrabby. The KL entry might work because he's going to get it back. He's going to steady on goal from 40 metres out. Puts his kick left, wanting it to come back, and it doesn't. I think that was Charles Elliott.
Yeah.
Really nice play.
He's left foot dominant, but he certainly, that would have been a great goal to kick on the run. But geez, both the clubs would be licking their lips with the amount of young talent they've got coming through the ranks for next year. Both sides have got plenty to work with.
With the strength of the VFL teams up here too, plenty of opportunities for them to go into that program.
Barbudo with the kicking clearance. Hunter James around it, fighting for it there. Palm Beach do well. Lots of players around it, still in play. Umpire not willing to make a call. Pinder happy to see it out over the boundary line.
So the game is not virtually on a knife edge. It was a game-high margin, 21 points at three-quarter time. Back down now to 8 points. The margin hasn't been within 6 points since the second term.
Jensen with the hit out, sharked by the Lions. Vivian knocks it away at the last moment. McMillan flicks a hand pass up to Vivian. Played really well today, the Maroochydore captain has. High to the wing, 3-on-2, numbers with the Lions. Then they are with the ball. Chance to compose, pokes the kick up the half forward, might work. No, it doesn't. Young spoils and then accidentally spoils again. Gives it off now. That's Ashley up to half forward. Will the Lions take it up? They will. Great intercept, diving mark there from Walkerton across half back, and he switches.
Switches the play across the middle of the ground, and Palm Beach are off for the races. Here they go. He's running through the middle of the ground, handball over the top. They've got the overlap they want. The left foot kick steps inside. Here we go. It's a nice kick inside forward 50. Can he find his teammate? But no. It's well read by the Maroochydore defence, and they've chopped the ball off as they've done so many times today.
They needed to lower the ice just a little bit to drop it into Hayes, who had his man out of position 30 metres out from goal.
Vivian goes in short. Again, the nice hit up lead. Them just trying to control the game now, Maroochydore. Another nice little hit up. So Palm Beach looking to mark up and man up their players. We played 15-minute mark of the final turn, this QAFL Grand Final in the Colts. Queensland footy at its best. Big long kick down the line. Pack set themselves. No one can take the mark. Punched over the back. Who's it going to suit? A quick soccer off the ground forward. There's a chance for Palm Beach to mop up from centre half back, and they're going to take the ball away from the centre half back towards the forward line.
Rower up to half forward. 2-on-2. Ball at ground level. Picks it up, taken, tackled, knocked out. How's the umpire going to call it? Put his whistle to his mouth, said play on. McDonald fighting through the tackle. The Palm Beach bench want a free kick, but they're not getting it. Scrappy kick from McDonald to his teammates though with the advantage in numbers. Ashley composes, kicks pool into the middle of the ground. Banks can't force a spoil. Mark taken by Clark.
Don't mind the decision there by the umpire because you couldn't see how the ball was dislodged.
It's happened plenty of times today. You can only call what you can see. Lester Sutherland sends a woobler up the half forward. 1-on-1, teammate out the back, gets a spoil. Ball gets to ground level. How's the umpire going to see this? He's going to call a high, and it's going to go the way of Bradley McDonald, who's had to work very hard in this last quarter as his back six defensive unit have.
He's shown some great composure, McDonald, under pressure, hasn't he? He just hasn't just bombed away. He was held up in a tackle there before, but he didn't panic. He waited to find the right option and gave it off.
Well, he's been playing with Brisbane Lions this year in the VFL, who could potentially play in the grand final this year, so he's had good coaches around him.
Not surprised he's bombed that up the heart to the wing where the numbers are. Gallup with 4, the hand pass to Banks. Now to Hahn, pressed against the boundary line. Gets a right foot kick away, was taken out fairly and legally late. Umpire had to pay a mark. Still plenty of feeling in this game. Walkerton moves it into the middle by foot to a teammate who pops it over the top to Brown.
Jones just sitting loose on the commentary wing here for Maroochydore, really where this kick's going to go, so that's why they have to switch it across the outer side.
And they do, and it's very high, hangs in the air, but they'll take the mark. They're manned up, except for this short one here in Elliott.
They've got the wild man who's just come onto the ground here for Palm Beach Currumbin. The ball's going to go up to him now.
Elliott, great vision, great kick into his path. Long flowing mullet. Taps it once, then able to get a kick away inside forward 50. Over the top of his intended target. His teammate does well to meet it. Maroochydore and Pinder happy to punch it over the line. The umpires are looking at each other, perhaps wanting to play deliberate. None doing so. So we're going to have a ball in about 30 metres out. 17.5 minutes gone in this grand final. Jack, you feel like there are maybe 2 goals left in the game. And
maybe so,
that's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, they need the next one. There's no question about it. Umpire to throw the ball in.
We've seen quarters go 20, 22.5 and 22.
Some potentially 5 minutes left, maybe 4 minutes left. Grab the jumper. Jones, a big fist over the top. going to run towards the boundary line again, so another re-stoppage.
I like the injection of the Liam Wildman into this forward half here for Palm Beach Currumbin, because he was able to get a rare disposal there, but his forward pressure is dynamic, and that's what they need in the crucial stages of this final quarter here, the Lions.
I was watching him warm up on the heavy metal drums before the game.
Oh.
Ball thrown in. Again, nice play by Jones. He just gets another good clearance for the ball, but it's a missed kick there. Trying to win the footy. It's a tackle without the ball. Play on's a call. I thought he might have dropped it. Play on. Ball spilling free. Tackled. Trying to keep the ball alive. Umpire says, I'll have it.
We've got Hugo Munro going off his chop saying, why is that not holding the ball? Well, the player elected to bump, so therefore doesn't constitute a tackle, therefore play on.
Again, nice tap out. Kick away. This is an important mark. He's got space, he's got time. He's taking a mark at centre half forward. Time running out. Hayes launches.
Got Cahill down
Goal
there.
square. Pack set themselves. Going to be a soccer off the ground. Good strong tackle. Oh, tying it up. Good defence by Maroochydore. Oh, can we take a breath? 19-minute mark. Grand final. 64 plays 56. Maroochydore up.
You'd hate to be a coach now, wouldn't you?
Carter Pinder with the tackle, the clearance, the stoppage. Jones happy to concede the behind. I think we're going to have a free kick.
Oh!
Wow.
It's a free kick to the Lions.
For deliberate. Because I don't believe it went through on the full, the hit out. So he must have caught it for deliberate.
Yep, and he was unopposed. I think it's going to be like 0 to 9 metres out. So if he's uncontested...
Hits the snap kick poorly, sorry Chris. It's up in the air. McDonald spoils down to a teammate in Barbudo. To Moore, the full forward, what's he doing in the back pocket? Jones happy to this time hit it out over the boundary line. Umpire happy to pay a boundary throw in. 8 points the difference.
We've got Brock Johnson-Smith just standing here on the commentary wing. So we've got to, well, he's actually coming off the ground here for Munro, but they've got to build this wall here, Palm Beach Currumbin. If it comes out, they've got to pump it straight back in.
Palm Beach need a goal and they need it now. Toss back into play. Jones with the hit out. Vivian, ball knocked out. Taken in a tackle, no chance to get rid of it legally. Players from both sides dive in on it. We're going to have a stoppage as we're ticking a time on in this final quarter. Very exciting game of footy here at Giffen Park. Umpire calls for the Rucks to nominate. As you've seen most of the day, it's Jones, and I think he's got Dave for company. Young, another forward in defence for the Roos. They're just trying to hold on for life. Danced inside, taking a ground in a tackle, holding the ball, Sam Barbudo. Could be a match-winning tackle.
The Lions have got +2 on this commentary wing.
Jones is working hard to get down the line here, the ruckman he needs to. Play on, Barbudo kicks it away in the nick of time. Pack around it. Lot of tired boys out there. Tap to the advantage of the Lions. They're going forward, but not with a clean disposal yet. They are now. Grimster throws it on his foot. Mark dropped by the Roos. Cook's going to go across defence with a hand pass. It needs to be good, and it is. I think this is Delaney. Doesn't have much to go to, so goes back. Hand passes into the goal square. Cook gathers, kicks blindly. Works okay for the moment. Patter on the ground. Grimster worked hard all day, taking the ground without it. Umpire says play on, sorry, goes! And your QAFL COLTS premiers for 2023, and an exhilarating contest are the Maroochydore Roos.
Incredible performance. And there are tensions here on the bench, but celebrations here for Maroochydore, and to replication of that win in the semi-final too, the way they've dug deep and held on.
Maroochydore 9-10-64 have defeated Palm Beach Currumbin 8-8-56. It's been a very good grand final. Both clubs will be pretty proud of the players at the calibre that they've got coming through the ranks, and we saw a great display of Queensland footy in the Colts this year. So the under-19 competition, and plenty to like.
I'll go through the goal kickers today. We've got 4 goals here for Ty Gallup from Maroochydore. Singles to Hunter Moore, Jaden Banks, Hudson Vivian, Kobe Young and Riley McMillan. While for Palm Beach Currumbin today, Luke Cahill with 2 goals in the last quarter. Nelson Bekoff Smart with 2 goals in that first quarter. Singles to Jet Rowe, Ty Hayes, Macklin Johnson and Mitch Beaufoy. But a wonderful display here for Maroochydore. They knew that Palm Beach were coming, Jack.
Yeah, as I said, they've probably been the best side all year, Palm Beach, but Maroochydore have just timed their run, and who knows, maybe some of those opportunities those players to play a little bit of senior footy throughout the year has helped them out in the big game. But full credit, as I think, to both teams and both clubs, and congratulations to the coach, Jason McDonald, in becoming a premiership coach here and also to Glenn Clark for his job in putting together a really good, formidable outfit. And then the big picture is, you know, the players to be able to go on and play some senior footy down the track. So congratulations.
Well, Jack, you've been around this competition a long time. Palm Beach Currumbin has been a building block for a lot of talented footballers that have come through, like particularly through the VFL program and even in the AFL program. And it's no surprise that they've made back-to-back grand finals. I think it was, 3 grand finals in 4 years now.
Yeah, no, they're a perennial. Both these teams on the Gold Coast and on the Sunshine Coast have been great. Have always produced great COLTS players, under 18s or under 19 players, and you know, really good school programs up there, good academy programs, and we're seeing the fruits of that. And it's great for senior clubs to be able to have those players come through, and you know, today was no exception. You know, the ability just not to blaze away. They looked for teammates. They were able to switch play. They had hit-up leads. So there's a lot of good parts of footy that you know, will help them down the track. So they're being obviously well coached through the ranks.
And Maroochydore, they've only been in the competition, I think, 4 seasons now, and they've played deep into the finals, I think 2 or 3 of the occasions. And we're seeing the developments of Noosa as well. They're really starting to build a nice pool of players up there. And Palm Beach Currumbin as a footy club, it's a destination for teams of players around Tweed Heads, Coolangatta, looking to try and test the waters in the QAFL.
Well, you know, you've got a lot of blokes from you know, down south looking to come up, and you know, a lot of them want to live on the Sunshine Coast or Gold Coast. It's you know, not a bad place to live, and certainly the clubs can reap those rewards. But no, full credit to both clubs. You know, they've put in a great performance, and you know, they've done really well. Riley, your thoughts on the game?
Well, I want to go back to the first half, just before half-time. I think that passage of play where Maroochydore kicked 3 goals in 3 minutes, I think it was, Chris, in the end is the difference between the two sides. And that was just on the back of Will Jones's ruck work, the clearances from Vivian and McMillan, and then Ty Gallup up forward. From halfway through the first quarter, I think he was just the man for the Roos, and in the end, kicking 4 goals. In you know, a low-scoring game, only 17 goals, and he's kicked basically a quarter of them. In the end, that's very defining.
Well, it is full time here. The premiers for 2023 in the Maroochydore prevailing here in the Colts. 9-10-64 to 8-8-56. You've had Jack, you've had Riley, you've had Yenny, and you've had our man Joel on the camera doing a wonderful job today. He gets our 3 votes today. Without him and of course his offside of Riley, we wouldn't be here delivering this product. Thanks to Double Take as well. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the reserves grand final coming up not too far away. What makes it an absolute treat, I was saying we're all in the meeting the other day, is that I know exactly what you guys are doing. Yeah.
You guys get it easy, don't you? 10. This is a VIP tent. The Mackenzie stand. Yeah, good. H did alright, didn't he? H did alright? Yeah. Yeah. When else does Melbourne? Won't be any short of them, I'm telling you. Sunny Melbourne.
Welcome to the side, Jason McDonald.